Alright everyone, welcome back to the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel, and today we have got ourselves another Wacky Wednesday. We are back with Wacky Wednesday, and today we are going to be having each and every class of IMSA. That's right, IMSA. We're going to have the GTE class, we're going to have LMP3, LMP2, and of course, I know that we have GTP now in the actual thing, but we'll have to substitute that with LMP1, Le Mans prototypes. And so we're going to be racing here at the mini Rolex here at Daytona, the dirt rally course. So let's get started and see how these cars handle asphalt and dirt. This should be kind of interesting. So let's go. Alrighty guys, so here we go. We are going to be racing the dirt course here with the GTE class, also rebranded as GTD now. I think there's GTD Pro and GT... I don't know, I can't keep up with the class specifications that much. But anyways, we got ourselves the Ford GT with the V6 Ford EcoBoost engine here. As we got, I think that was our fellow Ford GT hitting the wall there as we're stuck here behind the Beamer. Get out of the way, Beamer. You're not using your 10 signal. Move, 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 move. Get a little bit into the wall there, not too bad. One thing about this is that you do want to watch your shifting, because you do want to be you don't want to be in first gear when you hit the dirt, because that just, ooh boy, that's not good. Alrighty, now we're on the Rolex part of the course right here. Alright, 3 guys taking the Joker already. Did pretty good. They definitely have a pretty good amount of momentum as they come out of that turn, that's for sure. I've never gotten that much momentum. And someone is off into, that's one of the Beamers. So huge wreck right there. As large as it can be with the 6-car field. I don't know where the Corvette went. The Corvette has like totally disappeared from off my rear bumper, which he used to be at. Odd. Alright, the main thing is just not to spin out here, as I said, and stay outside of first gear. Don't hit the wall, please. You don't want to hit the wall, that's for sure. There we go. It's very hard to get through that turn if you don't have the proper speed, that's for sure. Amazingly, these cars handle pretty good. We do have all-terrain tires on here. This is not a slick. If it was a slick, I think we would be very close to doomed. So luckily we seem to be doing pretty good. The AI are actually having a pretty good race here. That's probably due to them actually racing this course on the regular road course circuit, so they're having a pretty good amount of experience there. We'll go ahead and get our Joker lap out of the way here real quick. Do the international horseshoe here. We kind of want to come to the far side here. It's like, it's one of those things, if you hit the throttle too much, you just totally go into the wall, and it's like, I really want to avoid that as much as possible. We already got 7% damage on the front end, and I don't really want any more if I can help it. We are currently in 4th. We got one more guy who has to take the horseshoe Joker lap here, and also there could be some wrecking that could still occur, so we got that. I'm not really sure where everyone is. The guys behind us times haven't really changed all that much. I'm wondering if they wrecked out or something. Alright, everybody has completed their Joker lap, so that's good. One thing about this car on this particular type of track is that it has a lot of body roll, and it makes it very uncomfortable trying to turn at speed. That is how this car always has worked in this game. It has a lot of body roll, and it's very awkward to be able to drive on a short circuit like this, just because you're not sure if it's going to actually... Okay, there we go, a little side damage there. It's a very awkward feel to the car. But I mean, we're hitting 113 miles an hour on this little strip. That's how fast these cars are. We haven't even gotten the LMP1 yet, and I know those things are capable of some serious speed, so that's going to be interesting here. Going to try and hit the jump at speed, so about 83 miles an hour is what we hit the little jump there at. Not too bad. We might have to do some setup changes to the LMP cars once we get to those, just to make sure that we're not bottoming out in the dirt. But other than that, I think they should be pretty interesting to drive, that's for sure. So there we go, 4th place finish. Not the best, but never been one of my best rally course tracks. So there we go. So that's our first 6 laps here at Daytona for the Rolex 24 Mini. And so we got another 6 laps with the next 3 classes, which equals out to 24 if you haven't caught on already. The Mini 24 at Daytona. We'll be right back after these messages, or at least as soon as I get the next cars lined up. Okay, let's go. Alrighty guys, we are back with LMP3, and remember, today's video is brought to you by Track Day Merch. Get yourself the merch that you need to wear for your track day, or what day you would like to be track day. Let's go. Alright, we got the LMP3 cars here, gonna be racing around the circuit. As we already mentioned, these things are light and fast, and we did do a little bit of modification to this particular car, mostly just raising the ride height just a little bit. And right, the car stopped on the hill. Why on earth would you do that? Luckily, we don't have any damage really to the suspension. Hallelujah for that. Cars seem to handle pretty good so far, nice and fast. Now, one of our competitors has, we have removed his rear wing. We'll have to go take a look at that in the replay and hopefully make that our thumbnail. But, yeah, so we got that beautiful V8 engine inside of this car. I forget who that's provided by, but, and we don't want to hit the wall if we don't mind. Thank you very much as we spin around here. So the competition has been pretty good so far. Question is, oh good, now we got a car off the track, so there he is having some issues. Definitely the biggest thing for the AI is if you get knocked off that giant jump, you are doomed. Doomed. I think we are running wet tires here, and it's not even wet. I think that's what the automatic, yeah, so that's what the automatic weather change thing had, because that's the closest thing we have to all terrains. So we are running wet tires, so get that tread for the dirt, because we don't have all-terrain tires available for these cars. And so that's why you can see they're heating up quite a bit there, is we don't want to hit this wall. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so we might want to put a little bit of dampness on the track for the next 2 classes, so we'll get a little bit of light rain potentially, and go from there. So that could be what we need to do. I can honestly say this car handles really, really good. I forget exactly what this is. This is one of those Ligers. The French prototype car. I forget the exact name of it, but it's like the Liger, so I think it's a Liger. Might be, I probably pronounced it totally wrong. I have no clue. But anyways, a very fun car to drive nonetheless. And of course we got the Monster Energy branding on here, as long as Recaro looks like. So Recaro seats, as we get some serious wheel spin from the rear end there. You could hear probably heard my controller there vibrating to death, as we got some serious loose, and we are really putting a hurting on these tires. So yeah, a little bit of wet on the track will go a long way. I think we just had our first DNF. Yep, we had our first DNF so far in the Mini Rolex here. So the Mini Rolex 24 first car to get knocked out is one of the LMP3 cars. Honestly, that usually is what happens. Yeah, you can see him all the way off there, off of the beaten track. He has been disqualified, or basically DNF'd from the session. So that's interesting. So will anybody else do that and help us out, because we're kind of stuck back here in 5th. We haven't really gained a whole lot. The car's a lot of fun to drive though. I mean, this thing is stable. Love it. And someone else is off the beaten track. Will that be another DNF and help us in our finishing position? That's going to be the question. I think he might have gotten going again. Nope, he's done. We are going to finish 4th because oh, look at all the parts over there. It's become a junkyard to the side just a little bit. It's a junkyard as much as a 6-car field can turn something into a junkyard, I should add. Ooh, and we can spin a little bit as the tires are warm and slick. Hit the wall there just a little bit there. And we're going to come in and finish this race. But yeah, we're definitely going to have to put a little bit of liquid on the track just to be able to keep those tires a little bit cooler, I think. But still, very fun race there for part 4, or not part, good night, part 4, part 2, there we go, of the Mini Rolex 24 here at Daytona. So definitely fun. Alrighty, now we're back with LMP2. we got ourselves a blacked out machine here, and we got the rest of the field. These poor guys without roofs that have to race in this weather. That's going to be kind of sad. But we got ourselves the wet tires on once again as we are going racing here. We got a little bit of damage there. We're going to spin 2 cars out into the side. They're going to be able to recover somewhat. That might be our only chance here at being able to get ourselves a podium finish here, as we haven't done so well so far. This car is sweet, I must say. Same brand once again. And so far it's handled pretty good, I must say. So NMP2, slightly more horsepower, slightly more higher speed, so we'll see how well it does. Sounds like this one actually has a V6 in it, if I'm hearing that correctly. And we gotta make sure we brake correctly. One of the biggest things. Luckily we do have that little bit of liquid on the track to help cool the tires down ever so slightly. Very, very important with these particular tires. You gotta have that to be able to keep the tires at the recommended temperature, or else you're going to see a lot of cording and other wonderful things that does not help the tire, whatever, it does not help you in the end. So there we go. So we're in stage or segment 3 of the mini Rolex 24 here at Daytona, and so far I have to say I like this car quite a bit. So far we're keeping up with the leader here. The rain might be helping us out ever so slightly, but I'm not sure about that. Ooh, a little bit of contact there sends him off track ever so slightly. We definitely know how to fly through the air and hit our competitors as he gets stuck in the wall. Sorry about that. That is not my fault that you did not check up and get the correct turn, but I digress. And here we go. We're going to be going ahead and getting our Joker lap here done. Make sure we hit the brakes because we don't want to go sliding off the International Horseshoe here, which looks very strange without its ginormous wire fence and its flags. Very strange indeed. So we are currently 1 of 4 that have completed the Joker lap so far. Nobody else has decided to do that, so we have gotten that taken care of there. This car's handling really, really good. Definitely helps that the tires are staying at a far better temperature. You can see that they're not red. Got a little bit of yellow there on the one tire. That's mostly because that's the tire we're using to turn a lot with. So that's the main reason for that. But yeah, we're putting a lot of weight on that tire. Can we get the win? I mean, these guys are racing really good here on this particular track. I definitely like how competitive it actually is. I was thinking it was going to be a little bit less competitive in these races, but these guys are pretty competitive on the dirt to asphalt transition. I'm actually pretty surprised at how well they're doing. So definitely a good job by the teams and these guys being able to adapt their cars for a little bit of something extraordinary, which is asphalt, dirt, ready racing. Oh, I love how fast this car is. He's going to send it off into the turn there. We're going to have a bit of a slower turn. He's going to have a bit of momentum there, but I don't think that's going to do him much good in the end. Yeah, because I don't even see him back there. There he is. The car is doing a great job here as we're going to be heading through to the final part. And we're going to get our first win of the segments here at the mini Rolex 24 at Daytona. And there we are the winner. First time on the podium. That is sweet. Definitely a very fun car there, and everybody able to finish the race, it looks like. No, one car. No, we actually do have a DNF, I think. No, there he is. Okay, so he was just farther back. Okay, cool. So everybody able to finish this race. Sweet. Very, very cool. Alright guys, here we are with LMP1. And so, of course, why not finish it at night in the rain? Here we go. So these cars have some major speed here. So we'll see how they do around the track. Got a little bit of contact there, but I mean, I didn't see how fast we were going, but it was definitely very, very fast. So here we go, hitting the dirt section. We got the wet tires on, of course. Cars are definitely a little bit more bouncy. We did do the ride height adjustment just to try and make sure that we're not bottoming out too much here. Everybody seems to be doing pretty good. 89 miles an hour through that little section right there was the speed that I saw. Don't want to hit those tires. I almost forgot they existed. Got a little bit loose. So we're doing about 100 miles an hour through there, so not too bad. Now these cars do have a little bit of that electric assist, I believe, so that's interesting. And so, oh, good night. Total pandemonium there as a car completely demolishes itself and deconstructs right there as he slid off the side, hit the wet ground. It just totally came to a stop. I think that's probably going to be the end of his competitive night, that's for sure. Get up to speed through here. Yep, he is done for the night. 130 miles an hour basically through that section right there. That is insane. With the event that had just occurred, we know what not to do, and that's to go off the side. We don't want to do that if at all possible. You can see all the parts just laying there. He totally destroyed himself and is now out of the race for good as we're finishing off here the fourth stint of the mini Rolex 24 here at Daytona. And it is slick, so we do have to be a little bit careful for how fast we are going. Gonna get a little wall tap there, not too bad. Don't want to hit those tires, that would totally destroy us. Go ahead and go all into the International Horseshoe here. Gonna be a little bit slower than our compatriots, but that's fine. We got our Joker lap taken care of. Giving our buddy a little bit of spin. He's gonna go into the tires there. And he's back racing already, so no major damage there, so that's good. A little bit more damage for us on the front end. Not too bad, only 5% damage on the front end, so that's good. Coming back around the inner horseshoe. These guys are fast, and this car is fast. Let's see here. Once I get my car caught up, how fast can we go in the dirt? Hitting about 80 miles an hour in the dirt with these cars. That's pretty good. And it is pretty wet here at night as we're coming to one lap to go for the final bit of the Rolex 24 Mini at Daytona. I think we lost a piece of our car there. Not sure what that was. We got a little bit of suspension damage. Not too bad, but still bad enough to make the car handle a little bit differently. And if you haven't already checked out the merch shop, you can do so by checking out the links below. As we get ready to conclude Wacky Wednesday here with the mini Rolex 24, and these cars are fun, by the way. Love it. The cars are fast, a little bit bouncy, so it makes it for a very, very fun little race event. It's going to hit the wall here a little bit more, that's fine. As we're going to come away with two different podiums. One a win and the other a third place finish. That is sweet. Yeah, so one guy had to totally ditch the event after that major wreck. Let's go take a look at that real quick. Alright, so here we go on the restart. These cars are fast, as you can tell. So here we go, coming around. Yeah, these cars are something else on the dirt, that's for sure. Oh yeah, we had a pile up there on the wall. So it's going to be this yellow car that we're going to be watching as we go to lap 2. So let's go ahead and switch to him, if we can. And we can't, apparently. Can I switch? Where do I switch? Cycle through tabs. Yeah, I can't cycle through for some reason, apparently. Anyways, going back, we're going to see this yellow car here hit the ramp, and he's going to go flying off there. And there's all the parts off to the side, just totally wrecked it. So terrible break for him, that's for sure. So absolutely terrible end to the race there for Marcus Beckman there, as he just totally flipped off of that little jump there and destroyed his car. So definitely a sad day for him, but still fascinating event here put on by IMSA for all the classes able to compete as well. So that was really cool. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Wacky Wednesday, and we will see you guys here next time. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to check out my other gaming channels, and we'll see you guys here next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.